One day, Abigail's family moved away, across wide rivers and over a rock-hard trail. The quilt went too, not stuffed in trunks with the blankets and clothes. It kept the little girls warm from the wild winds, warm from the rain, warm from the sparkling nights. They built a new house in the woods. Abigail's father built it with his hatchet. Chop, chop, chop. He built her a new bed. Chip, chip, chip. He made her a new horse, too. He worked until curly shavings covered the floor. And everyone sneezed and said, "Welcome home," and was glad. And Abigail felt sad. New house, new horse, new bed. Everything smelled of fresh chops and chips. Everything but the quilt. So her mother rocked her as mothers do, then tucked her in, and Abigail felt at home again under the quilt. Okay, what I want you to think about right now, what does it mean that Abigail felt at home under the quilt? What does it mean to feel at home? Why would the quilt make Abigail feel at home? If she feels comforted and loved, why does the quilt make her feel that way? Think about who made the quilt for her and the things that she has done with her quilt. What does it mean to feel at home with something? One day when the quilt was very old and very loved, Abigail folded it carefully and put it in the attic. Everyone forgot it was there. A gray mouse came and loved the quilt. Her babies were born on top of it. They grew fat and gray in the warm stuffing. When they got hungry, they ate a falling star. Interesting things happening. A raccoon came and loved the quilt. She dug a hole in a corner with her black paws and hid an apple in there. A cat came and loved the quilt. A patchwork cat. It rolled on the stars and stuffing spilled out like snow. Then the cat curled up in the snow and purred. Sounds like they're at home inside this quilt as well. "Kitty, kitty," called the little girl. She found her cat, and she found the quilt, splashed with patterns of sun. The little girl wrapped the quilt round her, and she loved it too. "Can you make it like new?" she asked her mother. So her mother patched the holes. She pushed fresh stuffing in. She stitched long tails on the stars to swish across the quilt again. One day, the little girl's family moved away, across miles and miles of pavement and snaking gray highways. They found a new house, freshly cleaned, freshly waxed, freshly painted, white. They unpacked and unpacked all night. And everyone sneezed on cardboard dust and said, "Welcome home," and was glad. And the little girl felt sad. Everything smelled of white paint and boxes. Everything but the quilt. So her mother rocked her, as mothers do, then tucked her in, and she felt at home again under the quilt. Okay, so this little girl had a very similar experience with the quilt as Abigail. How is this similar to the way that Abigail felt about the quilt? Why is this quilt so special? How does it make the little girls feel? I'll read this part again. She felt at home again under the quilt. What does it mean to be at home? If something makes you feel at home. Okay. I'm just going to show the back page because it has a great picture of the quilt. Okay. Think about the sequence of events that we had in our story here. Okay.